Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Boone County Beekeeper. Today is Monday. It is June the 27th, I believe it is, and a little different type video today. We're not going to get into bees this week, and we'll explain that here in just a minute, but I'll show you what I've been doing. I look aside, I know, but if you look here, been weed eating around the hives. Now guys, before we go any further, let me say this. You know, if you got somebody that's good enough to allow you to put some colonies on their property, like this guy did here, he really wanted them for his garden, and he keeps all this mowed up through here. But I made him a deal. I said, you know, I'll mow around the bees because I don't want anybody getting stung, and this is usually what I wear when I weed eat around them. But guys, take care of everything. You know, don't litter. Don't leave your trash behind. Keep the grass cut. Make it look good. And you know, if you do that, he'll see that you're sincere, and he'll let you go right ahead and keep on keeping those bees there, you know, for a while. So that's good. Take care of it. You know, I mean, he's gracious enough to let you do it. Take care of it, and treat it like your own, or better than your own, really. All right, so let's talk just a minute, and tell you why I'm not going to get into bees this week. I'm going to give you a little update here. You know, I'm up to 6 colonies now, and I'm going to start off with the 2 at the house. I've not really showed you them a whole lot, but I'm going to tell you where we're at. Like I said, it's the 27th day of June. And the flow is on at my house. Right now, all the basswood's been in for just a few days. Actually, the basswood tree that's right behind my house, it is already over. It's done, the blooms has done turned brown. That's low in the valley, so I know the ones up higher, they're coming on now. Down there where my hives are at my house, the way the sun hits in the evening, it's perfect. I can see out my kitchen. I can see out the door every bee that flies out of there. And right now, I just was looking before I come up the road. The flow is on. It does not seem to be as heavy as what I saw it, you know, in the past. So I don't know. I don't know what the basswood's going to do. We're just going to have to wait and see. I got one hive that's real strong. That's actually the hive that I called out of the apple tree. You may have saw that short. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't think that would come from my bees. I know you think that it would with my colonies there, but the other ones that I caught, the swarms I caught, that queen that they come out of, she was a real dark brown queen. The queen that I got in the swarm that was in that apple tree, she was already fat and laying, and she's a striped queen. So I'm just wondering, did they come from somewhere else and just happened to land in my apple tree? I don't know. Maybe they smelled my hives or something. I don't know. But that's what I think. You know, I think that was a separate set of bees, because I got some other swarms out of there, and they was all virgin queens. All of them looked just like their mommy, dark brown with a little black tip on her tail. But man, she's really laying good. She's doing good. I've got a super on it, drawn comb, and probably, I checked it this past week, probably 50% full on that super. I've got a bee getting ready to eat me up here. My second hive is the one that the queen died, and I got way behind on it. I had to let them re-queen herself. That bee does not like the camera. And so they got set back just a little bit, and they're a little bit behind, but they are starting to bring in a little honey now. I've got some drawn combs sitting on them as well over top of the excluder. And so we'll see what happens. Now, up to here now, I'm going to call this hive number 3. That's the one that we've been following along. And if you remember last video, we put a super on there. Don't know, you know, what it's going to do. I did come back up, and something I failed to mention in the last video. I come back up this past week, and I got in that super. And the reason I did that, you know, anytime that you pull eggs and larvae above that excluder, you want to go back and double check to make sure you don't have a swarm cell, because they will build. I had that happen to me at the house there last year. They will build swarm cells above that excluder. I don't know if they just can't smell the queen real good or what, but they will do it. So be sure to get in there and check it if you do that. It was fine here. You know, it was all the brood was capped. And I will say this, they was already starting to draw on the 2 empty foundations we put in beside of that brood frame. Now, over here to this next one, I'm not really showed it much, the purple and the yellow. That is a swarm that we caught down at the cemetery, and caught it fairly late, and it is doing really well. It took me a long time to find that queen. I knew she was in there. She was laying really well, but I never could find her. And finally, when I did find her, I seen why. She's a striped queen. She looks just like a regular bee, just a lot bigger. But she is really striped, and she is really, really doing some good laying. And then, of course, you know, the other one is here is the pink and the blue right there. That's the one I call Blondie. That's the one my buddy gave me. The last inspection I did, if you remember, she was doing better. Seemed to be laying better. So we're going to let them go and see what happens. Just see what happens. Now I'll give you a little update on this one. My long hive. You know, I've not really showed that any, and I have been filming it. I have been filming it, and I'm going to release those videos this winter. When I get these other ones winterized, that way we'll have something to release. And I'm going to tell you, I've never fooled with a long hive, but I'm really impressed. Man, they have really done well, and I don't know if it's the hive or the bees. The bees came as a split that I made off of that mean queen that I had at the house before she expired. Man, they've really done well. I'm telling you, they've got, well, I'll go ahead and give you a spoiler alert. We'll definitely have some honey in there, all kinds of brood, several frames of brood. And then they started putting honey, and I had like 3 or 4 frames of honey. I've got an excluder in there, but I didn't have it in place. Everybody that I talked to, they said, oh, you know, once they laid 3 or 4 frames of honey, you don't have to worry, that queen, she's not going to come across that honey barrier. Well, that's wrong. They will. Because what happened, I come up and I put some new foundation in, and they drawed it out, and they brought in some honey, and they put honey in it, and then she just come right across all that honey, and she decided to lay it full of eggs, and that's what she did. So I come up this past weekend, and I went ahead and I got my excluder. I put it in place, and I went ahead and put some empty comb there and some empty foundation. So we'll see what happens. You know, maybe they'll do something, maybe won't. I think we'll definitely get a few frames of honey. Now, like I said, the basswood, it's in bloom right now. It's starting, the flow's starting. Here, I don't think so. For whatever reason, here is it's about 30 minutes from my house, and it's always a few degrees cooler here. They don't get as much sun here, so typically everything is about a week to 2 weeks behind what it is at my house, which is a good thing. Now, whatever honey they are bringing in this past week was dark. It's a real dark honey. You know, basswood honey's light, so definitely wasn't that. I'm wondering if it wasn't mimosa or something. I've never seen mimosa honey, but whatever it was, dark. And so we'll see what happens. But now the reason I'm not going to get in the bees, you know, this Saturday coming, the 2nd, I'm going to be leaving, and I'm going to go on vacation for a week. And really the only thing that I'm going to do this week, I did come up and I fed these girls, those 2 there. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to come up at the end of the week and put some more feed on them, make sure they'll make it, you know, up into next week. They're still growing. Now, the reason I'm not getting in them, like I said, the flow's starting, so I'm just going to give them time. We'll see what they're going to do. they're fine. I mean, you know, they're working, they're building. So I'm anxious to see what our one is doing over there that is building the comb. I'm hoping maybe we'll get a frame or two of honey. We'll have to wait and see. So not going to get in them today, and won't be in them next week. But now I'm going to try, if I can. Depends on how the internet is down where I'm going. I'm going to try to upload a video next week as well on Friday. And what it'll be, I'm going to go into Top Sale. That's where we usually go. And I think I told you there's a little beekeeping store there called Bray West Bee Farm. And very nice little place, wonderful people, really nice. You know, I sent her an email today. She remembered me, man. I mean, it's just, that's the kind of service you get. I talked to her back in the winter to see if it was okay to mention her name on these videos. And you know, she remembered me. She said, I remember you and your wife. Said, your daughter was going to get married, or just got married. And I said, yeah. So that's awesome, man, that she would remember that. But good people. They got a good little operation there. And if she'll let me a film, I want to do a little film in there. And I'll show you what they got, what kind of store they got. And they ship, so they do have a website. And on next week's video, I'll go ahead and I'll put a link there in the description. That bee's about ready to eat me up, so they don't like the weed eater. So really, that's about all that I got this week. And I know it's kind of a short video, not really a lot going on. Just trying to wait and let them do their thing. See if we get some honey. Guys, I don't know. You know, this YouTube thing, it's a lot of fun. I'm having fun with it. I appreciate everybody that has subscribed, everybody that's liked it. And I'm going to have to evaluate what we're going to do here this winter. We'll see what happens. I don't know if people's tired of me or tired of the content. So we're going to keep on going, though. I want to try to finish this out through the winter. Show you how we winterize, show you how we do all that, how we feed them, get them ready for winter. That's a big ordeal, it sure is. And we'll see what happens, and we'll just kind of, when we release these videos here on the long hive, we'll kind of evaluate where we're at and see if anybody's watching. You know, I told you at the very beginning, if nobody's going to watch it, probably not going to keep it up, because it's a lot of work, it really is. But I enjoy it, I do. That's the sad part. But the views are definitely going down, so we'll see what happens. But I appreciate everybody that has been watching. I appreciate all the good comments. Appreciate all the people that have subscribed. You know, the subscriber rate has went up, but the views seem to be on the decline. And you know, that could be part of vacation time and just that time of the year. So we'll see. And like I said, we're not making a decision right now. We'll evaluate that this winter and see where we're at. But that's about all that we have this week. And you know, hopefully next time I talk to you, might show you a little bit of sand and a little bit of ocean. But I'll be honest, I'll still be thinking about the bees. Because I've done told my buddy he better send me a text every day and let me know how the flow's going. You know, it's beekeeping, it's 24/7. If you don't believe it, ask my wife, she'll be glad to tell you. So until next time, guys, you take care, and God bless you, God bless your family. I hope you and your family are well. Thank you for everything. Thanks for the good comments. Thank you for all the likes and the people that have subscribed. Just thanks for being with us, guys. Really do appreciate it. It means a lot. It really does. So until then, you have a good week, and if the good Lord's willing, we'll see you on the beach next week. All right, this is Tim, the Boone County Beekeeper. We'll see you next time.